just got all 4 of these for free. That is 3 Suzuki Ozarks and 1 Yamaha Rhino. Now I know these are 250s. This green one down here I have a title for, and these 2 I don't. That one I have the title for. It is a 2004. I think it's a 660, but honestly I haven't looked at it. This popped up this morning on Marketplace. It was just this here yellow one. Free 4-wheeler. About an hour away from me. I thought, all right, well, I'm already out and about, let's go get it. So we go to go get it. I call them on the phone, they wanted to talk to me, and she says titles. And I'm like, okay, that sounds cool. That must mean more than one. So I get there, and it's both of them. Both of these 2 right here. Sounds great, right? He's like, hey, you want that side-by-side that's up there too? I was like, yeah, I want that. And that is this here Rhino. I think it's, like I said, I think it's a 660. And as I've got it all loaded up, out of room in my trailer, because I had some other stuff on it to begin with, he's like, oh yeah, we got another one in the barn. And I thought I was gonna get lucky, because when we drove past that barn, there was a 11, 12 Honda Foreman 500. And I was like, yeah, we're about to get a Foreman 500 too. Like I'll never be able to forget the time I got a Foreman 500, Yamaha Rhino, and some Ozarks for free. But no, it was this one. So we'll start with this one here, and then we're gonna go over the Rhino. This one is not going to run, period. That there, it grenaded the piston. That's no cam failure, but I don't even have the cam. That's 8, that's done for. This must have just completely grenaded, which sucks because this is the one with the title. And this rod, you can't feel it because you're not in my hand, you're on a video. And that right there, nothing wants to move, so that one's done. We're gonna use that one for parts and basically build 2 good ones out of the 3. But this one here is the one I wanna know some more about. The only thing I know about it so far is that there's a gigantic hole in the exhaust. He said this one probably would run with a carb clean. But that big old hole right there is gonna be a problem. It's probably a common problem, and the only reason I think it's a 660 is because there's 2 of those pipes right there. Now I can get this seat off. I spent about 50 bucks running back and forth today to get this. No telling what we may find with this unit. These have been sitting out there a while. And then I still gotta go back and get a bunch of farm equipment I said I'd take. It's free, so who's gonna complain about free farm equipment? I'm pretty sure this is a 660, which is good because the 450s aren't as good. All right, this should just come off. I gotta be careful not find any wasps in the process, or if I do, get out of the way. Whew, there's been some mice. Some dirt daubers. Chuck it out there. I'm not left-handed. I look stupid. Like, hey. I'll probably cut that part out of the video. Mouse ate straight through that lid. That's the filter. And don't feel deteriorated. Ooh, we got the spiders. Spiders. That is a 660 though, for sure. I mean, overall, see if it's got oil. Hopefully a chupacabra don't get me in the hand. It ain't full, but it ain't empty. Ain't been changed in a long time either. It's all right. Nah, it's all right. It was free. And I tell you what, I think this unit will clean up. I'm pull the Outlander over here and we're gonna jump start this and see what happens. But look at all that candy. Ugh, I'm not a big fan of the black rice. More of a white rice kind of guy. That is not on. It don't look like there's anything in there. Oh, I need that. These hoods are always such a pain in the ass to deal with too. Like you gotta open them from both sides. I don't know what it is with these Rhinos, but their hood design was trash. Wish somebody at Yamaha would learn that. All right, all I have for action sauce is brake clean. The expensive stuff too, name brand. We're gonna see. Why is the temperature light coming on? Come on. Okay. I don't think I have a very good connection. Probably specifically on this side. Come on. Do it. Chevrons, boss. Give her the beans. I'm excited about this one. Okay, I don't want to try that anymore. She'll run. I don't know what all that is. Quite honestly, I don't even know what that smell is. Probably burnt brake clean. But it just shot out some stuff over here on the exhaust. I'm confident this will run, but we need to go through this one. Oil change, exhaust, yeah. It looks like the entire exhaust needs replaced. And then I'll probably weld that, plastic weld that airbox lid. If I remember right, these 660s, specifically 04, were difficult to get a hold of because there was one of the channel viewers reached out to see if I had one. And I remember looking it up and remembering it was really stupid priced, like 250 bucks or something really dumb, something real dumb. Has this still got an OEM carb on it? Please, you're gonna go ahead and make my whole day. I think so. Yep. No fine Chinesium over here. There's no water in the oil, no oil in the water, so I'm gonna make a list for this one. Go from there. We'll move on to the other ones, see if those run. Yeah, so you see all that liquid right there? I'm thinking I might have got a bit of that up in there. No big deal. We'll come back to that. I'm just gonna check it over and look at the axles. I know for sure we're looking at a master cylinder. Fan's not seized. Battery, what is it? Carb kit, air filter. The entire exhaust, that left axle has a hole in it. Maybe a tailgate, depending on how much they are for these things. I might have to do something with this bed. I might get online and see if I can find a used one somewhere. Yeah, I mean, everything else looks pretty decent. All right, now we're gonna move on to the Suzuki Ozarks. Now, earlier I had 4 of these Ozarks in my shop. That will be a thing that never ever happens again. I don't normally buy a bunch of these. Like, if these were cheap, I'd have bought them. But expensive ones, no. They're cheap quads, not bad quads. They're good units. They're good units. It's just they're Ozarks. I don't know. I feel like the Recons sell better. I don't feel like the 250s do very well at all. But these two, he said he thinks something was wrong with the gears. Where, kind of confusing. Because he went to pull the pull starter and they didn't move. But when I pulled them, it did. They felt like they had good compression. We'll see. I think they're gonna run. I'm not gonna lie. I am confident that both of these units right here are about to run. All right. Start with this one right here. There's supposed to be a cover on that? No way. Huh. Guess I've never seen one of those before. Tools. T-shirt. A dirty ass t-shirt. I'm looking for money. Need these quads to pay off. I don't know what that is. Watercolors or something. I don't know. Ooh, that's a nasty air filter right there. I am not touching that with my bare hands. Anybody who's ever touched something like that with their bare hands, they know. That's that sticky icky. I don't know how else to put it. Pretty sure that's slang for something else. So we got that there. We're just gonna peel that back. Ooh, yummy. You know what this reminds me of? Is It Cake? We need one of them to do it. Is It Cake for me, for an air filter. Some nasty air filter like this. Is that cake? No, bro. That is an air filter, and we just somehow managed to get you to eat it. All right. Oh, this is the one we couldn't find the key for. The other two had keys. This one did not. Just to put some perspective, look, stuff was growing up through here. Wherever it's sat, those are thorns too. Dang, bruh. I feel like, you know, when there's one of those magic tricks and they're pulling a sword out of their throat or whatever, that's what happened just then. Oh, yep. I got two of them, 2 sticks. Now these are special sticks. They're Ozarkian. Oh, I'm getting sidetracked. All right, we need to figure out which one of these are the ignition wires so I can plug in another ignition. Sometimes I forget. I used to be a locksmith, and instead of doing all that, I'm not putting another ignition in. I'll just buy a whole nother ignition. It's not even worth trying to get a key made. But bust out the old locksmith set and rake that thing. All right, what y'all think? Turn over or no? Nope, nope, nope. Nothing. Why not? Why aren't you doing anything? A switch over there. The switch is gonna be a bit janky. All right, come on. Okay, that's a start. Next up is we're gonna jump the solenoid. Let's see. I'm not doing all kinds of fancy testing, guys. This whole cover over here is rotting away. It's got an anti-solenoid jumper on it. Come on. There we go. Why aren't we getting action? You should be giving me some action right now. All right. Fun fact. Now, you got 2 wires coming from this. One of them goes straight to your battery. One goes straight to your starter. And what I'm gonna do, because I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna put power straight to our starter. Okay, so we have an issue with the starter. We've put power directly to the starter. Now, this is an older quad that has been sitting for some time, and the only real solution is to smack the starter. Yep, we're gonna need some smacking help. Basically, I'm gonna use whatever I can find to get over here. Dang. Really wish I could get in there and give it like just a healthy smack. Sometimes a little healthy smack. Get her going right. Come on, I heard you. It's hard to get in there, give the smack to the starter. Especially since this one has a weird cover on it. You hear it? I got my finger. Got my finger. You know what? Let's go get Mjolnir. I'm just kidding. All it is a 3-pound sledgehammer. I need one that's shaped like a Thor hammer though. You're not gonna make me have to do this, are you? We're gonna have to do the pull start. Now I swear to God, if everybody makes fun of me, I'm gonna quit YouTube. Let's go. So she's gonna need a starter. I might have pulled the starter from the other one. She's gonna need a starter, probably a carb kit. As far as I can tell, this rear diff looks fine. Front master. That sucks too, because I specifically checked these two. Because one of the units that were on the trailer with these, when I went, was a parts bike I had for the other Ozark that went to the scrapyard that had a good front master. And I was telling my wife earlier, I was like, you know what else it had? Probably a good bottom end that could have went in that and made us a number 3 unit. Now, don't get me wrong, these right here ain't worth a whole lot of money. I think I got 9 out of the other Ozark. These probably they'll come out a bit nicer. This red's trash, so there's no fixing this. I'll probably use that green on this. Oh, I could pull the starter from there. Okay, so carb kit, battery, air filter, and it looks like we have everything else. Probably some tires, some grips, and this one will be good to go. I think I can make this one pretty nice. All right, now we're gonna come over here to this one. Let's see. Wow, this seat has definitely been sitting outside with some water in it. That thing is like 10 pounds. Not 10 pounds, 20 pounds. Oh, it's got it too. What? What's in there? The owner's manual. You know, one time I popped one of these open and found the title. Someone stuck it in there. Suzuki LTF Fit 250. Title ain't in that one. Yeah, remember I said that seat was heavy and sitting outside? What you do when you set it up like that, it leaks water. That's how much water is in that it's just pouring out. And that thing will probably be leaking for the next, I don't know, 24 to 36 hours as I'll leave it sitting out here. All right, now we got this one. Let's see. No neutral light up here. Okay, let's see what this air filter looks like. Not as nasty. This one is probably the most recent one that was really because I'm physically ripping this one. This is me ripping it. Like, honestly, probably could run that, but I'd rather stick a new air filter on it since I'm selling it. That might run. The throttle's stuck wide open. But did you hear that? Ow. That was the sound of this one running. Brakes work. They appear to work up here too. I'm, what's the word I'm looking for? Excited and flabbergasted that I got 4 free units. And of said 4 units, the only one that doesn't run and that won't run with little minor work, I mean, because let's be honest, like if I could probably have left that air filter without trashing it, cleaned this carburetor, washed it, and had this thing on Marketplace by the end of the day. Sold it, oh, it needs a battery, blah, blah, blah. I'm gonna change the oil and do all that good stuff and make it not so, but I'm gonna change the battery and do all that good stuff and make it a good unit. Like, I don't want somebody getting something that, you know, they hate it. I do my best to make sure that everything I sell, they get something that's ready to ride. The oil's been changed. It's rare that I don't do oil changes. You know, I'd rather change the oil because nobody does it. So at least if you buy a unit from me and you get 60 to 100 hours out of it without changing the oil and then you blow the motor up, that's on you, hombre. But this unit could just be straight flipped today, straight up. Now I wish this wasn't like that because it kind of seemed like it might have been smoking, but honestly that didn't seem like or smell like oil burning smoke. That smells like brake clean. Now this here is definitely gonna go into my like top 5 deals I've ever gotten. Don't get me wrong, like it's a great deal, especially for what all I got, and not to mention like the stuff I gotta go back and get is, don't get me wrong, I don't know farm equipment very well, and I'm only gonna take it to our local farm auction because I have no idea where to sell it anyways. That stuff is probably worth about $2,000. Just that auction. All I gotta do is go pick it up. Guy's got money and he doesn't care. Now I know there's probably gonna be people who are thinking, there's no way this dude got these for free. But I'll be completely honest with you, I have no reason to flex. Like, how am I gonna flex that I got, 2.5 Ozarks that are sun faded and a Rhino 660, so forth. Like, to me, that's badass. But at the end of the day, like, these are potential free units. I'm excited. I know for me, I think what's probably gonna happen is these red plastics will go in the trash. I'll clean up the yellows and the green ones will make their way onto this red one here. I'll make 2 pretty solid, nice looking units that I think I can probably pull $1,400 a piece out of. Maybe 15, depending on what the market does. That tariff stuff right now, this could go one of 2 ways. It could go, and best case scenario for that is we get to where we're like 2020 again. And that's only best case scenario for somebody who does like this for me. Not best case scenario for the buyer. Not best case scenario for someone looking for deals either. So it's a double-sided sword for somebody like me who buys these to fix them and resell them. I think that thing right there will probably be worth, it depends on what I end up doing with the bed. If I end up finding one of these that someone's parting out that I can get a nice clean hood and a nice clean bed, I think it's a $3,000 unit. If I sell it like it is cosmetically and just clean it as much as I can, I don't think it's about a $2,400 unit. Honestly, I've never sold a Raptor 660, not a Raptor, Rhino 660 like this. There was one I sold not too long ago that it was just gonna take way too much for me. I think I got $1,400 out of it. Now it ran and you could drive it, but it flooded everywhere and needed like every axle and bearing. I can't remember what else it needed, but it wasn't a very nice unit and it wasn't worth fixing. I didn't want to put the parts money into it. And so that's where we're at with that one. You know, I've never gotten stuff for free. There's stuff that people threw in like on a package deal of stuff I was buying. But up until this year, I've never gotten a quad for free. Prairie 400, yeah, it was a 400, from one of the channel viewers. That's the first time I've ever gotten a free quad that was worth something. Like, I mean, some of them, no, I can't think of any time where I got a free four-wheeler. And just like Nate over at Brutal Parts says, free is my favorite F word. So y'all let me know if you ever get stuff like this that you get like decent, like stuff of value. I mean, because as of right now, I know for a fact I could sell all of these units. I could probably sell all 3 of these Ozarks for $1,000 and that right there for $1,000 as is. Net $2,000 for today. I spent $50 on fuel. I mean, amongst the 4 of them, it was $12 a piece. And I probably wouldn't have spent that much if my truck wasn't having so many issues. So I'll be back. Y'all let me know if y'all have gotten good deals like this. I know somebody on the channel commented a couple days ago something about I think he said a 350X and another 3-wheeler he got for free. I don't know if 3-wheeler models that well. So yeah, they're out there. The deals are out there. Thanks for watching. Y'all let me know how y'all want this. If I should just split the Rhino off on its own and then do these Ozarks on a whole video themselves, like just a finish up of everything. Or should all 3 of these stay together since I got them together? I don't know. I feel like I should do the Rhino by itself and the Ozarks together. Because if I split those up, honestly, I don't feel like that's good. Like, it's boring. But if I put them together, we just breeze through them real quick. Yeah. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think in the comments down below.